Assalamu alaikum again and welcome to ICT Year 7. This is Phase 5 in Python, and in this phase we're going to study about data types in Python. In this phase we will first look at some basic data types in Python, especially the integer, float and string, and later on in different phases we're going to discuss 3 more advanced data types in Python. So let's get on with the first data type that we have, and it is integers. Integers are numbers with no decimal parts, such as -5, -4, -3, 0, 5, 7, etc. To declare an integer in Python, simply write the variable name, any variable name that you can come up with, equals, and give that variable an initial value. Example, user age equals 20. A mobile number equals mobile number. So whenever you declare a variable with a variable name, space, equals, space, and then you give a number, an initial value to that variable, automatically Python is going to know that this variable is integers. Why? Because you assigned a regular number to that variable. Next is float. Float refers to numbers that have decimal parts. It's number just like integers, but this data type have a decimal parts. Okay, such as 1.234 minus 0.023, 12.01, and so on. To declare a float in Python, we write variable name equals initial value. So you give, for example, you give a name to the variable equals, and then when you give the initial value 0.82, the data type, Python is going to understand that this is float, right? Okay, string, which is the third data type that we're learning for today. String refers to text, like alphabets, okay? ABCs, right? To declare a string, you can either use variable name equals single quote and give initial value single quote, or variable name equals double quote initial value. Either you give a single quote or a double quote. So in Python 3 you can either put a single quote or double quote. Okay, so here is an example. Username equals Peter in between single quote, and again here is another example. User spouse name equals double quote Janet. Both of them are string. User age equals 30. Okay, here is a number, but it is between single quote, right? So Python is going to deal with this as a string, because string can also accept numbers. Okay, but it's going to know for sure that this user age is a string data type. In the last example, because we wrote user age equals 30 in between single quote, user age is a string. Okay, in contrast, if you wrote user age equals 30 without the quotes, user age is an integer. Very good. Alright, so far we've learned that there are 3 data types in Python. Actually there's more, but today in this video we learned 3 data types. Integers, which basically numbers without the decimal parts, and float are numbers but with the decimal parts, and string is basically text, right? Okay, one more thing is that we can combine multiple substrings by using the cyan plus. So if we said, for instance, Peter in between double quotes plus Lee between double quotes, it's exactly equivalent. That means it's the same to the string Peter Lee. So that's just something really handy to use when you are declaring a string value. Now we're going to try this program. This program uses the input function. Functions are a bunch of codes, like really huge commands that is written and it's saved inside Python. All you have to do is call it with its name. Instead of typing like dozens of commands, you can just go to the pre-coded functions that already exist inside Python, and in this case the command is, or the name of the function is input. So this program, this is our program, and it says we want to ask the user to enter their name. Okay, so we're going to name a variable person, or maybe x, whatever name that you like, equals, and this is the function name input, and we're going to bring this message on the program so that we ask the user to enter their name, and then we're going to print. And remember that this is a string, that's why it's between single quotes, and then we're going to print out the variable name over here. So let's get to it. Let's open Python, IDLE, and here is our IDLE to start programming. File, new file, and let's start coding. Alright, instead of person, I'm going to name this variable x, and x equals to the function name input. Let's open a bracket and a single quote and ask the user to enter your name. Close the single quote. Don't make this mistake by pressing the shift button, just a single quote is enough. And maybe we can add a column over here, and then close the bracket. Okay, now you want to have the command print to display the username. Let's open a bracket. Let's add a little message here. Single quote, hi, close the single quote, and then let's call the variable name x and close the bracket. So this is my variable, and this is the input function, and it's going to ask the user. Let's try it out. File, save, name or username dot py, save. Let's hope that it runs and I didn't make any mistakes. Run the module. Okay, input syntax. Let me try to go back and do some debugging. I'm gonna press OK. Yes, apparently I should have wrote a comma over here. Again, file, save, run module, and there it is. It's working. Very good. So now it's asking me enter your name. Let's write M, and then press enter, and there it is. Literally it displayed everything that I have written over here, and then it displayed hi M. Let's try that again. Let's go back to the text editor, run, and this time let's type a different name. Oh, I'm not typing here. Alright, Muhammad Ali, and enter, and it's saying hi Muhammad Ali. Alright, so this is your practice. Just remember, why did we study this program? It only emphasized that the type of values that the type of variables that we can specify when we want to bring or display a message for the user. It has to be in between single quote, and this is how we print a variable with its value. Alright, that is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed your fifth phase with Python. You can actually do a lot with this program. Instead of asking just to enter your name, you can make the user enter any type of data that you want, their age, their phone number, and maybe you can have the computer, you can make the computer have a whole conversation with the user. Please do practice if you have computers at home. If you don't have a computer at home, memorize this so that we are going to practice it in school at the ICT lab. Well, that is it for the fifth phase. I hope you guys understood everything. Well, till I see you in the next phase, take good care. Bye.